I still remember that day like it was yesterday. The HOA, Queen Bee, Victoria Langford, standing knee-deep in my living room floodwaters, her fancy pumps ruined, screeching at me, "You planned this, you monster." And damn if she wasn't spot on, because 3 days prior, she'd slapped me with a $2,000 fine for stockpiling groundwater and ordered me to dismantle my natural spring setup. So I did, word for word, and watch her precious $3 million community center drift off like a kid's toy boat in a storm drain. But hey, let's back up, because this mess didn't start with the flood. It kicked off when I bought that cursed 10-acre hill in Virginia, about 45 minutes from Richmond, thinking it'd be my quiet escape from the world. See, I'm Ryan Caldwell, used to be a top water expert at the EPA, spent over a decade diving into river contaminations, aquifer mappings, and all that bureaucratic jazz that sounds important but mostly ends up in some filing cabinet. I blew the whistle on a shady chemical spill cover-up in the Ohio Valley, figuring I'd be the hero, but nope, got blackballed, threatened, and shoved into early retirement at 40 with just enough payout to vanish. That land was my hideout. Steep, wooded, dirt cheap at $75,000. And the realtor, this twitchy guy named Alex Rivera, couldn't unload it fast enough, muttering about the old owner who let it sit for decades. I should have smelled trouble, but after dodging landlords who treated my EPA rep like a red flag, I craved the solitude of the trees thick enough to block out the noise, the nearest folks a half-mile downhill in that snooty Willow Creek estates. Things got interesting fast when I started digging for my cabin foundation. My crew boss, old-timer named Marcus Hale, kills the bulldozer after an hour and waves me over, scratching his head. "You aware of the water up here?" he asks, pointing to these cracks in the rock where crystal-clear stuff's bubbling up like a hidden fountain. I taste it cold, pure, better than any bottled crap, and my old training kicks in. Limestone filter, steady flow, no contaminants. Labs confirm it's gold-perfect pH. Zero bacteriaceae. I reroute my plans. Build a simple pond to catch the 1,500 gallons a day. Let the overflow trickle naturally downhill. Got all the county stamps, solar panels for power, wood stove for heat. For months, it's bliss. Just me, the birds, and that endless fresh water. Then comes Victoria, pulls up in her sleek black Audi, heels clicking like she's on a mission, portfolio in hand, that fake smile plastered on. She's the HOA prez, ex-high-end developer with fingers in every pie, and she hits me with, "Mr. Caldwell, we're concerned about upstream water impacts on our community safety, sustainability, you know." I tell her straight, "I'm not in your HOA, lady. This spring's been here forever, cleaner than your tap." But her eyes lock on my pond like it's a gold mine, handing over this glossy assessment request full of buzzwords, hinting at county trouble if I don't play ball. I laugh it off at first, but something nags. Why the urgency? Digging into records, I uncover her game. She's got this side gig, Riverbend Ventures, snapping up land around my hill at bargain prices, all tied to this watershed. Turns out, she's eyeing a $50 million Lux Project River's Edge residences with exclusive artisan spring amenities to lure rich folks from D.C. and beyond. My water's the key. Without it, it's just overpriced McMansions. The pressure ramps, euponymous tips to agencies, drones buzzing my property, social media whispers calling me an eco-hoarder. Then bam, the fine hits, $2,000 for hazardous water hoarding, with a letter demanding I release all stored flow immediately or face liens. Victoria's at my door again, clipboard ready. "Ryan, this isn't personal. It's about protecting families downstream. Think of the kids' playgrounds." Her voice drips that condescending charm, but I see the greed flickering. Inside, I'm boiling. Fought bigger bullies at the EPA, seen how power twists people like her, driven by that developer ego, thinking land and water are just chess pieces for her empire. But she's picked the wrong fight. My whistleblower scars taught me patience, documentation, how to flip the script. So I lawyer up with Elena Vasquez, sharp as a tack from her EPA enforcement days. We dissect her doc's fraudulent seals, bogus county signatures, and spot the federal hooks. My springs protected under Clean Water Acts. Any meddling's a crime. Elena grins. She's overplayed. Let's let her dig deeper. Victoria escalates, showing up with a sheriff's deputy in a pump truck, barking, "Comply now, or we'll handle I'd emergency order." The deputy's confused, shuffling papers, while she glares at me like I'm a villain. I hand him my stack reel county letters proving her forgery and say calmly, "Fine, Victoria, I'll follow your order to the letter. Drain it all right now." Her face pales. She knows a storm's brewing, but admitting fraud would crater her. That night, the heavens opened, 6 inches of rain pounding down, and without my barriers, the spring turns torrent, rushing straight to Willow Creek. I watch from my porch, heart pounding as water surges, knowing this is payback not just for me, but for every little guy steamrolled by HOA tyrants like her. By dawn, their center's swamped, foundation cracked, ballroom ruined, for $1 million in damages rippling through homes and roads. Victoria storms back, soaked and furious. "You destroyed everything." I shrug. "Just following orders, yours." Feds swoop in fast. FBI, EP after my tip-off. Raids uncover her investor scams, fake permits, the whole rotten scheme born from her obsession with turning nature into profit, screwing neighbors along the way. She pleads out 2 years prison, millions in fines, her company's bankrupt. Willow Creek boots her, rebuilds smarter with my input on real flood controls. Me? I'm back consulting, porch coffees tasting sweeter, that spring flowing free. But here's the thing that keeps me up sometimes. Was it justice? Or just revenge? Did I go too far, letting nature hit back that hard? Or was it the only way to stop her kind? What do you think ever dealt with an HOA nightmare? Or seen power corrupt like that? Drop your stories below. Hit like if this fired you up. Subscribe for more real talk takedowns. And let's chat. Is flooding the bad guys poetic justice? Or playing dirty? Your take could spark the next big debate.